All right. All right. This is the weirdest day so far. Still August 16th, my birthday. I looked at yesterday. This market is the New Zealand stock market. This company, Wellington Drive Technologies, is the same thing I just purchased like yesterday. It's like a reverse osmosis machine company. They deal with water, interrogated water or something like that. I guess that's how they enunciate it. But anyway, as you can see, it's the best performing market in New Zealand, up 15%. So I'm just like, how the heck did this happen on the same day? As you can see, look, even though their market is down, that's the best market that they have performing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you something right quick. I'm gonna go to the world markets, which I'm talking about like $2 trillion is traded, probably 3, 4 by now, 4 trillion or something in a day. All right, so the performance of this market overall, see New Zealand, the best performing one against the yen. The Australian dollar, of course, if you wanted to say, well, why does that say that's positive more than New Zealand? It's not versus the yen. See, look, Australia versus the yen, New Zealand versus the yen. So New Zealand is the best performer out of the whole market. So you mean to tell me what I purchased influenced the whole global market? How does that happen? It just sounds weird. So if I was to look at the price of gold, all right, check this out. It's a light commodity. Water is a light commodity, so the lighter commodity should be more valuable. So see how silver is the cheapest, it's one of the lightest because it's the quickest you can get to. And palladium and platinum, they're the only two that, well, palladium is up probably a little bit higher than silver, I would think. Or it could be used, they say, in Cadillac converters and oil. The oil markets are up and copper's up. So all commodities are up. So what that tells me is it should be a weakening dollar, which is true. See, the dollar index is negative. So apparently, the machine that I purchased actually weakened the whole market. Because if you look at it, look, let me show you something. Hold up, here. I'll use this. Watch. All of these currencies, the yen is basically a product. That's basically what it is. So you compare most of the things against the yen to see what's going to happen. So I do an hour chart. Each one of these candles represent an hour. Look at that. I probably purchased the thing around like at least 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, like not even 10 o'clock. Probably around like 1 o'clock today. 1,300 hours. So as you see, I'm going to put a crosshair on that so y'all can see what I'm saying. Right around here. Probably really around like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. The market peaked out right at this high and then sold from there. So that's an expensive yen, meaning expensive product. So the banks are actually watching individuals who purchase products like that. So then you go to this one, look at the euro from 1 o'clock. The euro supposed to be the strongest currency in the world, supposedly. So as you can see, it peaked, then it sold. And all of them did that. Now the euro's recovering, so I'm actually in a buy. I'm not doing the euro. I'd rather buy the pound. All right, see? And they all sold from around 1 o'clock. This is the middle of this chart is 2 o'clock, and it sold. That's the pound. This is the other one, which would be, so I did the dollar. If you do them in order, it's like this: euro, pound, Australian yen, which is this one. I'm gonna do all 8. See, Australian yen sold since 1300. Then New Zealand, That's next. That's the one I was talking about. 1,300, 1,400. It just bought back up to where it was when I exited the trade. Not exited the trade. It just bought back up to where it was when I daggone bought the thing. That's freaking crazy too. Check this out. 1,300 right here. It just bought right back up. It's like right there where since I bought it till now. Or should I say since I financed it until now. And then I showed you the dollar, so it's euro, pound, Australia, New Zealand. I showed you the dollar, the CAD, and the chef yen are the only ones I can't pull up on this chart because I don't have more here. And they don't even offer the symbols on here. But if you want to see it, then it'll basically be the same results as here. See, look, the chef and the CAD. The CAD's actually doing worse than the chef. So the chef is usually like a Swiss account or something that's saved through time. So that's gaining more strength than New Zealand at this current moment. The euro just bought up real quick too. It's like as soon as I started talking about it, those two just started buying up real quick. Like they're like, hey, secure that knowledge. And the euro is like, yeah, we're gonna make sure of that. We're gonna make sure that it's secure. And then New Zealand's like, yeah, but there's no insurance. You can't, because insurance is no, remember I told y'all before, there's no insurance in New Zealand banks. So if there's no insurance, it means you don't know what could happen once you expose this type of stuff. So you just have to keep doing what you're doing. So then from that, you see the next one is Australia, which means it's a form of a male trying to tell a woman. Might make something out of it. It might make sense, but it doesn't really matter. Then you see the U.S. is like, in Canada, is the female's education. It's like a higher form of knowledge over the states, over the state of mind, or over the United States. And by that being the case, it's like saying they can comprehend it, but how much do you want them to comprehend? Because they don't feel like it's that important. That's why it's negative. And the U.S. daggone sure don't care about that type of stuff. So the best place to put that knowledge will be in the Switzerland. Or to contact the Swiss bankers to say, hey, look, as soon as I bought this did that. How did that happen? And it's just like, out of all the things, remember the yen was strong. And if you don't think so, look, they just made it get weak as soon as I started making this video for some strange reason. Check this out. I already had it recorded. Look, all this stuff, look at the yen, the chef, the CAD, the dollar. The pound was doing real bad for a moment. New Zealand was the only one. That's what caught my eye at 316. I was like, hold up. New Zealand is the only one that was actually doing good. And now I'm like, what the heck? So then that's when I went to the New Zealand thing, the New Zealand market. I want to look at this right quick too. As you can see, the only markets doing good in Asia, New Zealand's in the Asian region, was Hang Seng, Hong Kong. They're the ones who usually make a lot of stuff. So they're doing good. So I was like, hold up. Why is New Zealand the only one doing good? So that's when I had scrolled over. If I look at these numbers on this commodities in this corner right here, you can see silver is the only one doing better than gold. So that's like saying female aspect. New Zealand is the only currency other than the pound that's a feminine aspect that's managed that way. So it's like showing that, you know, the dollar decreases for a minimum amount of material or a minimal amount of commodities. Because if you have $20, you can basically buy an ounce of gold. If you have $1,353, you can buy, if you have $1,353.30, you can buy an ounce of gold. If you have $20, you can buy an ounce of silver. So the lighter substances is more affordable right now than the heavier substances. And even it shows, the percentage change shows that the lighter substances are even more valuable. So air and water are more valuable right now. water is like liquid gold. But since it's affordable, you can actually purchase these type of things like reverse osmosis machines, certain types of investments. Now, if you wanted to purchase air, I mean, that's what the Olympics is about. Or you can say, that's what a throne is about. Or a gold medal is about air. But how can silver be more valuable than gold today if the Olympics are happening? Think about that. You're in the Olympics and they're like, hey, do the best you can. Win for your country. And they're like, yeah, man. Silver is more valuable than your gold medal. And you're like, what? Because if you get gold, that just means you get air or airtime. See what I'm saying? But since water is more valuable than gold, it's like, hey, share some of that air. We need some water. So then the teams, it seemed like most of the Jamaica teams were winning on track and field. So it's like, hey, you have a lot of air. Here's some water. So they send a lot of water to them, which would be a form of gold. And then, like, for example, Michael Phelps in the United States, he's like, oh, you have a lot of gold. Here's some silver. It's like, here's some competition, to test your goal, to test your goal. And here's your competition. So it's like swimming is like a competition that a lot of people can do. Even people with handicap abilities, they still can get in the water and have fun. To where even if they can't swim, it just relaxes them, makes them feel better. So it's almost the same. It's like fairness because it's like you're giving everybody an opportunity to get a form of water to have nutrients in their body to sustain themselves. So anyway, if you want to look at the sectors in the United States and find out, hey, remember I said the yen is one of the strongest ones. Let me see something. I'm gonna look at the daily thing. I forgot to look at this. Here we go. See, the yen was weak earlier, but the CAD was strong. So that's showing CAD is representation, like I said, of a state of mind, higher state of mind, but it's a feminine state of mind. And it's also oil, dealing with oil. So it's a fluid. So it's like, what's the feminine state of mind for fluid? Does she always want oil? Meaning, does she always need to go somewhere? Or would she rather just see people happy because they can have water? So more likely, she wants to see people happy because they can have water. Why she want to go places? She already know where everything is and who has what and what's where. That's sort of like what the queen's capabilities are. So if you look at it, she puts herself beneath the people in order to uplift the people. So you see the pound is all the way at the bottom and the CAD is all the way at the top. So check this out. So by the time you scroll over, it's like saying, okay, let's see where that was at. Should be right here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so the waters are down. So see what I'm saying? Look at utilities. It's cheaper today. So it's not saying, oh, utilities are negative. That's bad. How's that bad? That just means you should have a cheaper utility bill. Telecom's bad. Cheaper. How is that bad? Well, that means it's not bad. It's like your phone bill might be cheaper, or you might be able to get cheaper phones. Technology is up. So if you had to coincide that with one another, it's like saying, hold up, technologies are up, but telecom's down. So how come they want $400 for a phone? Because the technology cost is up. It costs more money to make that phone. So you might be able to you have a better opportunity to get a better phone plan than you do a cheaper phone, if that makes sense. I mean, that's logical to me. And even the materials above technology shows, hey, yeah, materials are going up. Stuff's going to cost more. But use that same terminology, okay? Telecom is cheaper. So that means you have better plans, or you have better yearly contracts. You have better contracts right now because it's about the materials, but they need somebody to sustain the stability of the materials and the technology. So they have good contracts out there. So you see this, the industry is profitable. That's above materials. See it, industrials. That shows that it's profitable for the industry to have better materials than it is to have a better plan. For example, A person that goes out and runs on the track, or a person that goes out and swim, or high jumps, or pole vaults, shot puts, or any other Olympic sport, they already have a plan. So, of course, the plans that we're going to buy are cheap because our plans are just revolving around our technology. It's not revolving around our health, if that makes sense. It's like saying, hey, I have a plan. Let's say somebody said this. Hey, my car broke down. I have a plan. Let's hurry up and run from here to the auto mechanic place so I can go get some antifreeze because all it is antifreeze needed in my car. Could you get there faster than Hussein Bolt? That's the thing. See, he has the health. We have the plan. So what happens is by the time you execute your plan, he's already ahead of you a little bit. Not saying in all aspects, but just in that scenario. So it's like saying, well, the plan is valuable, but it's not as valuable as having the health to do it. So, those who are healthier have better opportunities to do stuff. So anyway, as you can see above industrials, that shows health. Health is positive, so that shows the United States has been able to maintain a good health criteria, which actually accommodates the presidential standing of showing physical fitness. And then that gives us a financial stability because sometimes we might not be able to always pay back stuff, but as long as we're healthy, it gives us another day. Through the grace of God, really, I should say, it gives us another day. But all those things come together. So then you see that financials are given to us, our finances are given to us because our health has been sustained. So energy is basically a female aspect. It's like saying, okay, these females are healthy too. So that's another reason why we're giving them money, because the females will get it before the men will get it. And in actuality, that's kind of true. Because if you're married, what's your wife gonna say? Give me some money. If you don't give it to her, she gonna make it for herself. And then you go to consumer staples. That's like food. It's like what she makes for herself. Most of the time, the quality of her food is probably going down right now because she's like, he ain't giving me the money I need. I ain't cooking for him. Money could be anything. Money could be attention, paying attention. Get it? Everybody gets that stupid saying. Or it could be, saving money for the children, buying cheaper materials, generic brand stuff, and then buying her a nice watch or something like that. That's consumer staples goes down when men don't do that. Because the woman are like, I ain't worried about cooking for you. Or if she does cook, then she just gets cheaper food and cooks that way. Consumer discretionary is the vehicles. So it's like saying, hey, look, man, I can't run that fast like everybody else. I ain't in the Olympics, but look at my car. And if you look at it, consumer discretionary is in the top 4 as far as price value goes. First is health. So that's a man saying, yeah, I'm healthy. Look at me. See, but a man matches car. Look at the percentage for the day, the clothes. They both up the same percent. So it's like a woman's like, hey, I don't care if you don't look like a six-pack. As long as you have a nice car, I talk to you. You know what I'm saying? That's how they be. And then, but the health, as you see, is plus $1.08, while the car is plus 83 cents. So the dollar means, and it's so funny. This is going to sound so funny. Let me make sure my battery was just about to go dead too. As soon as I get to the comedy part. A woman to be like, I see the dollar, the profit on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? For example, look, watch this. Let me see that battery's charging. All right, so this is going to be funny. Look, this is how they be too. It's so sad. They'll be like, I see the profit in $1.85, not $1.85, $1.08. Which is what? The face on the dollar. So that means like the man, look at this, 865, so that's the strongest one. So the woman would be like, yeah, I see the dollar. That's the face. I don't mind being seen with him because his face look good to me. And everybody sees money as looking good. Even people in other countries, you go there with a couple dollars and put it on the table, they're like, oh yeah, good business. Yeah, we'll make some work with you. But what vehicle did you come in? They don't care. They can care less. So what that tells you, by the time, let's say if I had to fly overseas to Asia, they could care less how I fight. I could fly over there in a Boeing jet by myself with a pool and a daggone Bentley in the trunk or whatever, it's the cargo bay or whatever it's called, and land, hop out that junk, get in the Bentley and drive around Asia. People would care less. But if I go over there with a nice appearance, and I'm a healthy individual, an Olympian, or something like that, they're gonna look at that with respect and say, "Hey, what kind of car do you like?" And they're gonna that's how you start your sponsorship or your marketing. You actually should start with the vehicle, cause it's like the third one. Look at it. It's like, see, that's what people mess up. They go over there and they get with the material first. See, but the people that's making the materials take your marketing and be like, "Hey, let's market them as materials," meaning like Puma, Nike, Adidas, all of the clothing stuff. Then it goes to what? What's higher than materials? Matter of fact, start it off from the low and see how this is exactly how they do the Olympians. So check this out. So, okay, I'm gonna slow it down for y'all. You start at telecom. It's the lowest price, right? First they marketed 2016 Olympics in Rio. And then that's how they market it. So then they say, all right, utilities, drink water, Gatorade, all this stuff, all the fluids is right there. They communicate and they show you what's fluid. So if you had a sponsorship or if you do a sponsor commercial with telecom or utilities dealing with liquids or phone companies, your profits more likely be a little less. So then you step it up a notch and be like, all right, I'm going to just deal with materials. Now I'm going to deal with the shoes, the clothes, the hats, all of that stuff. And then, okay, yeah, you'd have been doing good. You'd have been up 0.97%. But check this out. You wouldn't have the full $1%. You wouldn't have that. You would have the dollar amount, but you wouldn't have a full 1%. But you would have been the best performing one. As you can see, look, 97% is the highest one out of all of these, as you can see, right? Which shows that's where all the marketing is going, where all the Olympians are getting some form of sponsorship with somebody who owns some kind of materials. So that's where the money's at. So check this out. So then, after the materials, it's at $305.81. What's the next highest one from that? The financials. That's why they all deal with it, because they know that it's a financial cap out at what the government calls in the United States and the UK prime ministers and people that's all in the higher up echelon, they call it a debt ceiling. So it's a financial debt ceiling at $323.27. So it's like saying that's as high as the finances can be stabilized. So then what comes after that? 323 was higher than 323. $510, the industry. So the industrials. That's why I keep telling y'all the industry is a form of savings. Now check this out. And this is why there's no security on it. I mean, I could show you. It's clear as day. Watch this. There's no security on the industries because the industry is on a design for that time and place. That's why I keep saying it's related to the Swiss. So what's the Swiss markets look like? Let me see if it's on this thing. They don't even have it on here, but it's on. Let me see. I can pull it up right quick. It's only take 10 seconds. Here you go, right here. Look. The Swiss bank accounts is what? It's the only one that's negative on the central bank rates. That's the industry. The Swiss, or you can say the time industry. That's what that is. That's the problem. There's no money in it. So it's only marketing. So you have to be able to be marketable. How you say, you know how rappers be like, yeah, I hear stories about like entertainers that get record deals and they be like, he's not marketable enough. I remember hearing one of the artists, 50 Cent, he said that Puff Daddy had told him that he wasn't marketable. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry, I had that incorrect. Boy, that it might not have been him, but I'm pretty sure it was DMX. Because DMX, when he first came out, he said that Puff Daddy, he was about to talk some stuff up with him, and Puff Daddy was like he wasn't marketable. So basically, his time wasn't able to be measured, which is a blessing. Because you think about DMX, what kind of spiritual leadership does he have in the society? He uses God's word, not in a bad way, but he has his own character that he tries to control, which we all do. But think about it, his life is hard to measure because like how you gonna you know rap about life, street struggle from the depths of the Yonkers, and then bring out God, spirituality like he wasn't there, but he is there the whole time. So how can he do both? So he wasn't able to be marketable. Those who are marketable really, that you can see it in them, and then you see it like, oh yeah, I can see the joyfulness in this guy, the happiness in this guy, the spiritual, leadership in this guy. But when you see somebody like, yo, what's up? And it's like all over the place, you're like, wow, how's this dude able to make it in this industry or the industrials? So long story short, as you see, the industry is suffering, meaning the industrials, and that just shows you, the struggle of what the industry is going through. It's a negative rate, meaning everybody in the industry, put it this way, everybody in the industry now is mostly getting married or having babies. So when they do that, it makes their industry have a negative effect that they have to afford. So that's why they make it negative, 0.75%. Because even if they have money offshores and offshore banks and stuff, it's losing because, they have to pay marketing costs. So as you see, the materials are what is marketed. And the materials are real expensive right now. The industry is right behind it. Like, okay, we see what y'all want to give these Olympians. All right, so what you telling me is you want us to wear this stuff? And whoever's selling it's like, we don't care if you wear it or not. You ain't an Olympian. You could jump around on TV all you want and bounce around with all your friends, holding pictures of wine bottles and all that. That's the best thing that you can do is actually market a liquid. That's how come the top celebrities always usually get drinks and stuff like liquids, alcohol, or they be getting energy drinks because, hey, and you can think about it, the energy drinks, that's how, 50 Cent, if I had to go back to that topic of him, how he established most of his wealth was through the energy drinks, which is a form of industrialization. It's a constant industry that's moving. It's a current, it's a flow. So even if he's not flowing, the juice or the vitamin water was flowing. So it was building for him. And he physically showed himself able to lose weight and gain weight and still be in shape. So then that's the form of the industry. So after the industry, what was it? Then it's the energy. That's why I said that's a female aspect. Anybody can lose it all, but who can get it back? You don't really hear about stories of females losing it all and coming back. Most of the time, you hear about females not having nothing and then just becoming rich. There ain't no stories about, oh, I lost it all. Even in my family, in real talk, it's really like that. Like, I couldn't say my mom said, I lost it all, then I made it back. It's more like I've been able to sustain myself thanks to God. He's been balancing, helping, giving us the energy needed to get there. With me, I felt like I lost it all, and then I had to fight to get it back. From going through losing all my cars, losing all my ex-girlfriends, my fiance, my, credibility, all that stuff. So it's more like a measurement of my energy is being tested right now. Like, how much am I going to endure, really? But they say God don't give you more than you can bear. So apparently I'm bearing enough to just use energy that's around me without doing nothing at this point in time. Like I said, it's my birthday today. I ain't really doing nothing but talking about the economy. How much energy am I using to do that? I'm sitting down just talking. So that's energy, That's what females do. They just talk about stuff. And then they physically get up and go do stuff. But more likely they're gonna talk about it first. You ain't gonna hear a girl just be like, yeah, and then just stop and then go get up and start running. More likely she can be like, yeah, y'all, I'm about to go out and run, go walk or something, blah, 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 and keep it rolling. The men, they look at the times they live in. Be like, yo, this dude getting on my nerves, man. I don't have time for this, which is what I don't have. He ain't in my league. He ain't in my industry. Why he talking to me like that? Why he acting like that? He don't know me. He can't handle this. Da da da. And it goes through all that industry stuff. But then the woman, what's that? What people say when you doing something bad? I'm about to tell your mama, right? Which is that energy. So why all the men scared of their mama? God rest the souls of the moms that aren't here, but they still here through spirit. So check this out. Why do men fear their mama all the time? Because she put that energy in. So men put that work in, right? They say, I put that work in. That's the industry. But the woman put that energy in. So what you going to be scared of? Work or energy? E come before W, right? So that's why they scared of the energy. Because that woman, like she say, I put you on this earth. I take you out this earth. That's like saying she put the energy on the earth. You know how? Knowledge of good and evil. Adam and Eve. Who fell on the earth first? The Eve. EVE. How you spell energy? ENE. That's even crazier. So EVE is Eve, and energy is ENE. So that's even weirder. That makes it weirder, huh? Think about it. So then the energy has less than the industry. So right now the men are more dominant, and I don't even know. I could type it in and find out right quick, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to make it like a feminist movement, male activist type thing. I want y'all to do it. Once the Olympics is over, let me know if it's more females in the U.S. that have medals or is it more males. And from what I'm telling you now, on August 16th, that it looks like from this evaluation, I ain't even watching them. I probably watched like 10 minutes of the Olympics so far since it's been on. 10 minutes at the most. Probably 15, 20 minutes at the most. And I'm talking about from day to day, not one day sitting down. Day to day, not even daily. I probably watched it twice. So about 10 minutes in 2 days total. So from this aspect, I would say that it's probably some like more men, of course, than females. I mean, but it still sounds logical. Right? People be like, well, anybody can say that. But can anybody say that energy is in correlation to females, as in EVE and ENE, and industry is a form of males? Or you can say we in the streets are industrialists. So who's losing? The men. The men don't have that much interest right now. And if you think about it, why is that? Who they talk about more than anybody on the Olympics? Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt. They've been talking about them. They talk about them in the prior Olympics. That's probably why Michael Phelps like, man, this ain't even interest no more. I'm about to be out. This is one of my final Olympics, because his industry is losing in value, our interest in that. So he's losing the interest in that, but he's gaining interest in materials, meaning, man, he has so many materials, it don't make no sense. And that's the most popular or the most valuable thing. So with that being said, you start above the materials and you see the next one is the financials. So his materials is actually passing his financials, because what happens is when you have too much gold, what happens? The value of your dollar goes down. So if you think about it, it's like saying, okay, what's his dollar? Or what would his dollar be? So you go up and see the financials. What's above financials? The next one above $323 would be his industry. So his friendships he's probably losing a lot of friends, and it's probably affecting him. And anyway, whatever kind of way it is. But then what comes after the industrials? His nurturing. Actually, he has a baby now, and he has a wife, and that's his energy. So they're there for him, and he's like, wow, that's a good thing. So you can see it at 0.59. The energy is actually underneath the industrials, or the industrialists, which is him, or Usain Bolt. Either one of them, still they're both in two different categories, but they still can sustain each other. Usain Bolt has, even his last name has energy in it, Bolt. I mean, but he's not a female, but he's out here in the race. But look at all the females in Jamaica. They like the number one competitors in the Olympics. So it's like saying, it shows you how they are sustainable to where they can even though they might not surpass their industry, which is him running, they still right behind him. Like, yeah, we right behind you. We here. Come on, keep going. And then Michael Phelps, his wife and his babies here, like, we have you. We see you. We saw what you did. Good job, Dad. Stuff like that. And even though he, of course, the little baby talking and stuff. But, all right. So then anyway, I just keep on rolling. What's next is, let's see. So after energy, I would say, I'm still talking. Yeah, there's a long conversation. What comes next? Okay, consumer staples. Yeah, that's when people start saying, hey, man, stop talking, go get something to eat, man. That's America. Go fatten yourself up. So, like Hansel and Gretel. So, since I don't have no girlfriend, I guess I'm Hansel. So, I'm sort of like Michael Phelps, but I'm Hansel. Michael Phelps is Hansel, too. And Usain Bolt is Hansel. I'm Hansel. And then Gretel, I ain't trying to carry because I ain't going to put nobody else in it. The Jamaican woman or Jamaican woman, they ain't Gretel. And his wife ain't Gretel. I'm Gretel. But the little babies learn about Hansel and Gretel. So I feel like Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt, they're babies. In actuality, they are. They're younger than me. Aha. So y'all some babies. I'm schooling y'all with this. So anyway, who gonna hear this video? Probably nobody. I'm just marketing for CNBC. They don't even know me either, but there ain't nothing else to do. Nothing in life's for free, so you see I said get free CNBC newsletters. I guess I'm just compensating them for that, even though I don't get the newsletters, but they might think I do because I'm recording a video with their ad at the bottom. So, what else is there to say? Okay, yes, after consumer staples, that comes after, what the heck? Where am I at? Oh, yeah, after energy. So, yeah, so how do you get energy? You have to eat. So, of course, that's consumer staples. So, consumer staples are down. You know why? You know, it's so simple to understand why is it down. You're watching the Olympics. What kind of food you going to eat to say, yeah, man, I get up now and run faster than Usain Bolt or swim faster than Michael Phelps or all the other Olympians is out there. I could do it all better than them now. That's why they need whoever has the least gold medals to market the food, and whoever has the most gold medals to market the energy. So Michael Phelps is doing a good job because, I mean, he always talking about his family and stuff like that. Usain Bolt's doing a good job because he's still winning and he has all the females to back him. You know how many females will be inspired to eat certain things if other females be like, or if the Olympic females be like, not even just the ones from Jamaica, but all of them be like, hey, this is what we eat. This is how we're healthy. That's consumer staples. That's what the biggest ad going to be for all of them. And then Michael Phelps is going to be like, yeah, I don't know what his ads are going to be, but I mean, it's going to probably just be a lot of coverage. He's probably going to be like an anchor man or something like that. And that's funny because he swims, get it? He's an anchor man. That's too funny. That's like a Will Ferrell joke. Or one of my favorite actors. A whole bunch of my favorite actors. I have a lot of them. But Danny McBride is cool. Craig Robinson is cool. Is cool. Danny McBride again is real cool. And then the guy, I forgot his name. But I'm going to say John Cusack. Of course, he's cool. But the other guy, that's from Hot Tub. All the people in Hot Tub Time Machine are like my favorite actors. They're cool. And that's Craig Robinson. Again, he's in there. This is the end. All them actors, of course, Seth Rogen, daggone, what's his name, man? I'm forgetting names. This is all early in the morning stuff. Of course, Michael Cera is awesome. Jack Black from Year One of my favorite movies. Michael Black again, David Cross. David Cross again, because he's so funny, but he's still a bad dude. And Paul Rudd, of course. And, man, who else? There's a lot of females, too. A whole bunch of females. They're all pretty. I can't think of no names right now. But, dang. All the females in those movies I just mentioned, too, are pretty. Especially that Indian one. That, like, is in This Is the End. She's cute. And then, of course, Inspector Howard and Kumar. Whatever their real name's, Kyle Penn. I'm just joking. And, dang, I forgot the other one. I don't want to say his name wrong. It's always bad to say people's name wrong. Like people say Jose, and my name's Hosea. It's all good. You look at Jose as being able to fix everything. I guess that's what I'm doing right now. Trying to explain things. without no physical mechanics being used. So then I just go roll around that and say, oink, 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 oink. You know, I'm just playing. Get it, roll around that and say, oink, oink, oink. Never mind. Y'all losers don't understand the jokes that I have. So I'm just playing. I ain't no losers. I'm a loser. Because I've been losing my money all day trying to keep up with these crazy investors on Wall Street. So, what else? Let's see. All right, so what's next? Would be after you eat, you're nourished. So, what comes after nourishment? $562.49 after consumer staples. Uh, oh yeah, consumer discretionary. So I'm gonna get done with this video because I know how females are. He stayed in the same page the whole time. I was tired of looking at the same numbers, and it just didn't make no sense. He's funny, but this is frustrating. Then he started making funny of our voices. Well, who's to say y'all speak the same? Some of y'all speak like this. So consumer discretionary automobiles. After you eat, you have to transport yourself because it's probably too heavy. Not saying a female, excuse me. I know how y'all take that offensive. Quick, I don't even talk about y'all. Anybody. You be like, hey, after $560, spending money today, I need to look fashionable. I can't walk around here with Gucci, Prada, Louis, and all that stuff on, or Adidas, Nike, Puma, and hopping out of a beat up vehicle. I want something nice that's that's cost more than my. I want to be able to have a vehicle that costs more than my outfit on a monthly basis. Basically, meaning if I have $500 worth of stuff on, which some people do. I mean, I have my moments. I have a pair of jeans, red monkey jeans, probably cost me like $900 something dollars. I have one pair of those, one pair of those, a pair of Aviso jeans, probably like $300-400. And of course, at that time when I had my money right, I had a Corvette. And that joint was like expensive. I ain't talking about all that. But I'm saying I would want a car note that's more than, or at least if it wasn't a car note, if it was a car paid off, I still want the monthly payment if it was in a financeable status to where you can sit financeable. If it was in a finance status where it was able for you to see the monthly payments, it would be more than the clothes you have on. So it's like saying if you have a pair of $200 shoes, $200 pants, $100 shirt, and a $50 hat. Who's good in calculus and trigonometry right now? Let me stop. So 200 plus 200 is 4 plus 100, that's 5 plus 50, that's 550. So yeah, $550 worth of stuff on, and $550 worth of material on your body, which is almost the same as consumer staples, because body mass index, or you could say fat index, if you have 25% body fat, that's the amount that's actually weight on your body that's not appearing attractive to you. Maybe not to some other people too. But like I said, that's when it goes back to what does you look like? It doesn't matter what you look like. What kind of car do you have? Oh, yeah, you're sustainable. Because I only have on a $200 outfit. And we go good together because once I get in your car, my body looks better than yours. So once I get out, I feel better. But I mean, I know you're not going to always feel good because your consumer staples show that you are looking down at the moment. It's a form of arrogantly expressing yourself without telling a man how to hurt his feelings. It's a financial way of looking at things. It's actually better to hurt somebody on a financial reason than to hurt somebody on an emotional reason. Because E comes before F. Emotions come before money. So don't be mean to somebody. Just tell him he don't have enough money, and then probably make him work harder. And then still go out with him sometime. Because he still might give you some money and don't even want to kiss you. Because he going to start thinking you ugly anyway. Real talk. But see, guess what? The woman will be like, I want to destroy him. I want to play a war hero. Looking like I took him out because he was a player anyway. We're all players. Aren't y'all all players in the Olympic Games? See what I'm saying? Are y'all entertained? You ain't a gladiator, but you would try to be if you had the opportunity to be. But when a man get in there and start slaughtering people, then they gonna be like, all right, stop. Let's just have sex. What if he said, all right, let's have sex. He took you in the room and just started stabbing you. Then what you gonna do? I mean, that sounds like vicious, but I'm talking about a gladiator aspect. I'm not talking about like 2016 and all that stuff. I'm talking about like way back how they were in the gladiators and Viking days and stuff like that. That's how serious it can be. Men and women have emotional problems. that's why you put finances before emotions. Meaning, if you're gonna break with somebody, don't tell them something that's gonna hurt their emotions, because they can hurt themselves. Real talk. I mean, so you tell somebody something like, "Hey, man, you don't have enough money," or "This isn't gonna work because I need to take care of my family. It's a financial issue here." So that's how you can help somebody. I mean, because you're guiding them. All right, look, let me just dumb it down for everybody right quick. I don't care who you are. You got a master's degree, PhD. Check this out. What comes after consumer discretionary? Because that's where I'm at, right? With the vehicle and getting out, feeling good, looking bad, blah, blah, blah. Check this out. What comes next? Technology. Technology will be an emotion, right? Because it's your mind's expression of what is logical, logic, LOG, what's logged in your mind, understanding. So what would be, so yeah, I said emotional and financial. So what would be after consumer discretionary? CONSDISC, which is at the top of the list, 65170. What comes after that? Technology. So as far as price, that's 785. So that's the next one. So what you do is you express yourself with your emotions, but the thing is, don't attack the emotion, because it's still health over top of that. Meaning, it's still a form of wealth, because wealth is health. So you have to make sure you attack the wealth first before you attack the technology, because wealth is a bounty, meaning it can be chased, it can be built, but technology is created. So B comes before C, right? Because it's BC. So you had to build something before it's created, right? BC, right? So what happens is you want to attack what's built before you want to attack what's created. It's sort of like saying, if somebody wants to, nah, I ain't gonna say that. That sound like something else. I ain't gonna say that either. Can't even say words nowadays. So people be like, words are created. Did you see what he just built? He built it a way for them to look at a form of terrorism. And by the time I would have said what I would have said, you would have said, oh, well, now let's talk about an individual. We all are participants in these games that we play, which are a form of Olympians. Well, if you're an Olympian, there's a form of speech, which means you have to know the telecom isn't always used. They ain't gonna always say, hey, Marks, get set. And then whatever else they say, shoot the gun or say go. But the thing about it is, you're gonna have to get up and go for yourself. Or you're gonna go to the military and they're gonna shoot guns. So it's two forms of Olympians. It's Olympians that go in peace and Olympians that go in war. But that's POW right there. Peace and war. P is in peace, and O is what is omitted. The people that are in between, that are for a balance. The O, the end. They're the ones who just on both sides basically. But anyway, like I was saying, you don't want to attack somebody's technology, because then they could lose all their health, meaning they could hurt themselves. You get what I'm saying? So it's better off you attacking the health or the wealth, really. Don't attack the health. Just attack the wealth and be like, well, start off with the W, because that's wealth. Forget it. Well, we and well. How people say, oh, well, we, like faking it. Like, this is fun. Or Wells is where, WEs, WHEs. Like, where you going to get this money from? When are we going to be able to? Which one? All those which wheres, those are good breakup clauses, because they're questions without answers. See what I'm saying? Without those W's, they get people, because a W in military terms is whiskey. So if you're drunk, what is that? There's no way to sign a legal agreement. You can, but they can't hold you to it, because it's a form of question and without answers. What they say, no taxation, what? Without. See what I'm saying? So you say with, and you say I'm out. See, it's like being in the military. You're like, man, I'm with y'all, but I'm out when I get out of here this uniform. And that's how it be. And what they do when they get out, they drink. That's true, whiskey. So in the military, I mean, not the military, the Olympics, what they gonna do? I don't know, cause I ain't no person in the Olympics running around doing stuff. But if they whiff, what you think they're gonna do when they out? They're gonna be whiff. They go back to whiff. So they whiff out whiff. They whiff out whiff. When you're in the military, you're whiff out whiskey, cause you can't be drunk in uniform, right? So you're without your mind state, and then when you're without your mind state when you're out of uniform in the military, you're without who you were with when you're not in the Olympics. So it's like you might be out with them, but you're not gonna be out there doing what they were doing. You ain't gonna be out with them unless you're training. And then even if in the military when we train, we get out, we go drink together sometimes when we're out of training. When they're out of training or when they're out of the Olympics, they'll probably be out training with each other. More likely, they ain't gonna be out drinking with each other because Olympians don't do all that stuff. Even if they do, it actually damages their wealth or their health. If we go out and do it, it possibly damages our wealth because the military is getting paid off of taxpayers' money in other places and other forms of for monies that come in. So they look at it as whatever we spend, then we're losing our wealth. Whatever we spend, whatever we buy, we lose our wealth. And whatever they do, they lose their form of health. So that's why it's important for them not to do certain things. So health will be health. And like I said, you want to attack the health before you attack the technology. Because it's the same thing of what I just said. Technology is emotion. And health is affected by your technology. Meaning what you don't know, like I said, what you don't know can't hurt you. But stress can hurt you. So what do you stress most of the time? What you don't know. How you going to stress something you know? You can stress something you know, but that's when pressure is being applied. Then that's when you can fight back because that means they're pushing something on you. Some people don't need to know. Like, you know how people say, don't tell me that. I don't want to know that because that's something they don't need to know. It's like you're pushing something on they don't need to know. So, like I said, if you attack the technology first, what'll happen is that's like the military. And then you're attacking the health. That's like the Olympians. But see, not saying you attack them, but you make them train in front of you. So it's like you're attacking them with your eyes. By the time you look at me like, oh, he's going to win. No, she's going to win. He's going to win. And the person that's running is like, why you just don't make your mind up? Why you keep on one person to win? Why you just don't want us to all finish at the same time? Right on the dotted line. At the same time, we made it. All of them. Why? Why don't it be like that? So that's when it gets to be. I'm gonna make sure this thing's still recording because I've been talking for a long time. Oh yeah, it's still recording. That's they say updating YouTube. They probably still know everything I'm saying. Like, hey, because how often does that happen when I'm talking? I ain't even gonna push nothing because I'm probably mess everything up. So anyway, by the time you look at the health, it's like saying, hey, guess what? Somebody's going after their health. Why are they going after the health? Because remember I said emotion is technology. And if you attack somebody's wealth, that's like attacking their health because they're not being able to eat venison and caviar and filtered water. It's like messing it up. For example, like when I first started this video, I told y'all I bought something from Wellington today. And that's the highest stock market 15% increase today. So what the heck? How the heck did it go at 15%? And look, my battery is at 15%. This is freaking weirdo. So what I'm saying is, how did it go up 15% the same day I bought something from there? That's freaking weird. Okay, so that's something, I don't know, I ain't talk about that. I mess up everything else by mistake. Okay, so health and technology. So basically, technology is emotion, like I said. Okay, so what they say, economy can be emotionally driven. I know you heard those statements before. So that means it's technologically driven, which is what? IT. Health is not driven by health. We drive to work and we help each other through our health. That's when we're driven as Americans and all other citizens around the world. That's when we are healthy at our best. You know, we can maintain and get around on our own, whatever we're doing. So that's a form of health. So check this out. So if you attack the health first before the technology, it'll make everybody suffer. before it would make an individual hurt himself, or not saying kill himself, but really probably hurt himself bad. What they put out on the movie Suicide Squad. Why? Because they might have all the wealth, the W in the world health organizations. They're organized. That's why I said it's the O. Remember, I said it's the O in between. The O. I can't remember what exactly I said the O was in between of, but I said it earlier. If you were watching the video probably like 2 minutes, I was talking about something. I was like, it's an O in between two things. I can't remember. I probably remember by the time I finished talking about all this other stuff. But they can be as wealthy or as W as they want, but their health isn't making them happy. So that's why you can attack the health first, because all they'll do is lose their wealth, and then you'll start to see the things they put out in the movies and be like, what the heck is Suicide Squad about? Like, these people are already sad because they can't run fast as us. You know, they don't have the capabilities to do it. So you putting on technology, technology, because that's how you watch it in the movies and stuff. You know, it's like you're putting that on their TV for them to look at it. And then see, the thing is, they say, well, don't judge a book by its cover. That's wisdom. So it outweighs technology, but it only outweighs it because, oh yeah, that's what it was. It was like an O and a W or something like that. But anyway, it might not even been that. I can't remember. But anyway, it outweighs it because it's like saying, okay, this is what you see before you. Now you see what the technology is around you. It's your imagination. Because by the time you realize this technology is in front of you, what else is there around you? See what I'm saying? In front and around, A comes before I. So it's artificial intelligence in front of you. Or you can say A is in front of I, meaning A as in alpha is in front of I as in intel. So everything else is just around you, but it's intel always in front of you. It's always intel in front of you. I mean, because when you look at something, what's in front of you? Whatever you're looking at, which is what intel. Where is it going? Inside you, and you're expressing what you see about it. So anyway, I'm about to end this video and just say that the male is like a form of health. The woman is a form of technology. They attack the male, which is true, because that's what war is all about. Then they say, hey, we're looking at Usain Bolt. We're looking at Michael Phelps. He's about to get out, and he's not going to do it no more. And they keep on talking about that. Those are the people that's organized. You just have to watch out for their criminal activities or their activities before they become a criminal. That's when the government, CIA, all these FBI people, that's when they do the pre-crime thing. That's a futuristic talk. That's what they've been talking about way back. But what happens is they can evaluate criminal activity based off of what people say in regards to another man's health. Like, you see somebody doing good and you hating on him, like, man, he can't run the 400 that fast. I mean, you have to keep an eye on that person, because that's a form of hatred. Even if he's right, he's still worrying about it. It's like, why worry about it? He's like, yeah, he ran it accordingly. I couldn't consider, or you can say, I don't think, because then you're going off your own opinion instead of creating a statement to prove a point, when his point has been proven, because what we see is what is shown. Like they say, the truth always reveals itself. So however far he ran, however fast he did it, I mean, if you didn't come up with a scientific form of proof to say he did or didn't, then you can't do nothing. Your eyes can't prove anything. They can just see things, It can be self-evident, or however they said in old legislative times when they had wigs on their heads and rode, I'll just say camels and think about something else. And they probably did ride camels if you thought about where traditionally the law came from. I mean, but they probably rode donkeys too, way back, or asses or whatever. Way back, any kind of animal. It don't even matter. We ain't talking about animals right now. All I'm saying is, you can see how somebody would attack health first. And as you see, the president already secured that by having health care reform. So it's a form of legislation. Only legislation can attack health now. It's no physical attack. So the police are so pissed off. They're like, oh, we going to attack some health. We gonna make sure we strike first. So they doing all this striking first. They're saying Black Lives Matter, because somehow they still killing people. And what happens with the technology when they kill people? the woman is more women. So apparently, I ain't trying to even carry it, but people are probably being killed because it's lack of women and whoever is doing all this. So that's kind of the type of evaluation they need to have. And I mean, I was tased 7 times by Henrico police, and then I was tased butt naked again by police in front of my mom. So I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, I was inside the house the second time I was tased, and I wasn't fighting nobody. Both times I ain't hit nobody. I was actually just basically getting tased. That's a video on YouTube for it. I ain't gonna go into all that. But anyway, I ain't tripping. I ain't even assume. I was like, keep your money, give it to the kids. You know, this is a public county. You know, this isn't private. So that money that they would have gave me would have came from a private organization, meaning somebody who's organized and studying private crimes. So it would have came probably directly out of the CIA's pocket or the FBI's pocket or the ATF, DEA, all of them. It would have came out of their pockets. So now they can keep their money and feed their kids. So anyway, what else is I getting at? So basically, by the time you see the health getting attacked, and those ain't the only people that matter. All kids matter. So I ain't just talking about the United States. They're feeding Olympian kids probably by now. All that time has been 2013 until now. That's 3 years. So if you had to say put 10% every single month or every single week on how much money I would have had, you add that up for that's 120% in a year. So that's like doubling money in 3 years, probably 300%, 400%, 360% increase on however much money I would have had if I did all that. So let's say if I had $100,000 times 300%. I'm just starting off small. I can't put a price on that. I ain't even gonna do the math because that's just wasting my time. But I said $100,000 because, that's just a whole bunch of zeros and one number. See what I'm saying? And it's the first number before you realize there were any numbers, which is 0. No numbers, then 1. See what I'm saying? So that's a good way to end it. But that's a form of wealth. You attack wealth first or health first. They want to attack me with wealth, meaning give him money, and then we could say he's no longer healthy. He's no longer here with us. But he has a lot of money to dress in a nice suit while he's laying in a casket somewhere or something. That's how grimy the world can be. But you give it back to him, that's money that's for the war. That's like how they fight for themselves. Let them fend for themselves. Don't take what they use to fight you and then try to fight them with it. And then they gonna say, we know how to stop that machine. That's like, it's like aliens. You give them something, they give you something, then you fight them with what they just gave you. They could be like, man, we can shut down all their nuclear weapons and blow the whole earth up. And that's how real it is. So they're attacking what they doing war to war. War of the worlds. They attack their health first. But they didn't kill all the aliens, did it? You know why? Because all of them won't here. See what I'm saying? So they just attacked them first and all the other. And look, what's the first 4 letters in health? Heal. So it attacked a whole bunch of them. Those other ones might have been upset. Like, hey, man, you killed some of my friends. And they give them time to heal, which is the industry. So they give them time. They show them through time. The organizations, the movies, it shows whoever is seeing it. It's a form of fear. Like those in organizations, they know that nothing is organized. Nothing is civilized. All these I's is L-I-Z-E-D, lies, with a Z on it. You know what I'm saying? L-I, actually, I ain't know how you spell lies. L-I-E-S. But I'm just saying, it sounds the same. But it's uncivilized or it's civilized. It can be on or off. It can be organized or unorganized. That is just a balance of how you lie or how you bring what you're presenting to somebody else. So you have to be the messenger, like they say, but you can't kill the messenger. That's why I said you attack health first, because whoever brings it to you, you're just like, hey, this is who said this. This is how this is. And then you try to organize the way that person approached you. But as long as they're still not approaching you, you can't never attack them. So you allow them to live or stay healthy and then just keep on talking in the background. So basically, so that's a spirit realm because nobody can continuously talk while you're healthy without telling you what they are. They a coward. They can't tell you anything because they're not there to tell you. That's why I said you attack the health first. Who gonna tell the Olympian something? You ain't a broadcaster. You gonna be on Twitter. You ain't even telling them nothing. That's a computer. That's technology trying to tell that person something. Meanwhile, that person's so healthy, he puts his wealth on your technology. Like, man, wait, check this out. Check this out? Hold on, slow down. Check this out. You put weight W on a T and then say wait. That's what they put on you. Okay, health is health. HEALTH. When you try to attack them through technology, I'm talking about when you go there and be like, hey, I'm going to say something bad about Michael Phelps, whoever is in the Olympics or whatever. I'm going to say he didn't have right colored clothes on or something like that. They're going to say, who is this guy keep talking junk? They're going to put weight on you because, number one, you're going to be waiting for a response. And number two, you're going to be trying to get big. In the meantime, they could just chill and relax like, yeah, I'm retired. I may have all this money. And then you could be picking up weight, trying to move weight, trying to get strong to prove a point. So they put a W in front of that tech. So that's WT or WEIGHT. They put weight. So that's why I said wealth comes before technology because wealth makes them put weight on you. If a queen's wealthy and a king's wealthy, what are they wealthy with? Pounds of gold and silver and ounces. That's weight. So by the time you approach them, you don't see no cash, no money. You see weight. You see diamonds that are weighed on scales that you can't even use to measure stuff on. So that's why I said you attack the health first. And then after you attack the health, they're going to relinquish their weight. Or like what the queen's doing, not saying it's a form of attacking the queen, but, through time, through the industry, a lot weighs on her. So she helps a lot. But then what happens is it's not attacking her weight because you can't attack a woman because, like I said, you don't want to attack technology because something can happen. Something bad can happen. So when you attack the health, it's like saying, okay, she's like relinquishing her weight. So her weight is her years. So she's like, all right, just make it this amount of years and, I'll get some of this weight off of you. So, it's like a form of helping you relinquish your stress. She helps with that. And the health is attacked, meaning the man is attacked. But that's how come she didn't put her son in the seat. She put her grandson in the seat because she didn't want to see his health, Prince Henry. She didn't want to see his health get attacked. She would rather let him deal weight or push weight on those who oppose the throne, meaning those who defy technology, or you can say defy, what's going on. Like maybe somebody that says something bad, he might put weight on them, or he might give them time. Like if somebody don't do what they're supposed to, he might try to put time on them. So the prince is dealing with the wealth right now. So the wealth is overseeing the technology, meaning, oh, you want to go to school for that? All right, go ahead. We have money to get you a job, especially over in the EU. Man, I heard so many jobs over there. It's freaking crazy. So that's who you're working for. If you have a college degree, you're probably working for Prince William and Katie Middleton. However their last names are spelled, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But basically you're working for them. But since it was established differently, it's like you're working for them through a legal manner. You're working on legal matters, basically. You're working with law. So you have to know that the law is true, or the word in the Bible, in Scripture. So it's like saying even if they have degrees, you still can sustain and maintain your financial stability because that's the choice they made and that's the choice that you made. So it gives you opportunity to balance yourself. That's a brilliant idea because it's like saying, hey, these guys went to school and, they're making this amount of money. Well, that's really what they might have liked to do. But the king and the queen are going to be able to help them relinquish their weight or the time they had to wait to get this job, meaning they might help them pay off their debts, their student loans, and all of that stuff. So they can build wealth, meaning they say wealth is knowledge, knowledge is wealth, power, so they would look powerful because they would have a bigger entourage of people, or a whole squad of men, fraternities, sororities for females and stuff like that. But for the men who don't have, and the females who don't have a college degree, they still have a form of technology. So they can't be attacked in a career-based environment. It's like equal opportunity. Their jobs can't be threatened because they have enough technology through time to, basically, they live long enough to be able to get a job. So once they can get that job, you can't attack their technology and say they can't have that job. So if you look at right there, it says $785. The average American gets paid $885 every single month. So for the sake of argument and all this other stuff of how long I've been looking at that screen, just to prove a point, I'm gonna show y'all how much people make every single month, because it should be on here. And by that case being said, sorry about that. I had a backup in that bathroom. Something wrong with the plumbing in there. It sounds kind of weird, but oh well, that's me and my grandma. Just looking up stuff about criminal activities, how people are, companies, people that are successful. All this stuff is information. There got my movie. This is the end. It's a good movie. I'm trying to balance a few numbers, looking at gold. Me and my mom, my grandma, at my place, chilling. Alright, so doing my freestyle thing. Yeah, I freestyle, but I ain't wasting my time trying to get a record deal. Looking at stuff about the Olympics, companies who actually trying to sustain themselves during the financial situations, the medicine my grandma's taking, and what else? I'm trying to find this. Okay, that's just all the countries. Ben Bernanke, keep on rolling. All other companies. I was measuring their market cap versus their revenue, how much they pull in. Amazon and Exxon have the best two revenues throughout the whole globe. And their revenue is higher than their market cap, meaning they have more money than they have investors. I be sending tweets to Mr. Obama. Like I said, what kind of weight can you put on me? It's a form of legislation. It's a form of law. So that means this law is being put before me that I know nothing about. But how can it hurt me if I don't know? See? Well, no news is good news, like they say. Trying to find this daggone job. I might have to, I know where it's at. This is the 8th, yeah. So non-farm numbers came out on the 8th. So, let's see. I know it's on here. Where is it? I have it on here somewhere. It should be on the 8th. Okay, yeah, it's coming up because it was 5 o'clock. They came out like at 12 o'clock. So it should be like right here. Those are just ancient Egypt pictures I was looking at. Miss Hillary Clinton. There you go. Let's give me my nose stuffed up. All right, so look at the bottom of the screen. Where is it? Oh, no, it's this one. Look, the average weekly earnings is $886. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of that real quick. And I'm just try to, there you go. Okay, so now I'm back where I was at. And then $886. Now check this out. That's even more money than health. So what that means is that people who make more than that are actually just getting paid more to check their technology. It's like a form of attacking them. It's like they're paying them more money just to attack them. So it's like saying, hey, you don't have a college degree. You're not healthy all the way like us. We're going to say you're making too much money. It's beyond our health. It's beyond our legislative measure. So basically, those people who making more than $865.11, they trying to say, and I'm talking about after taxes too, they're trying to say that they're not getting paid enough. So it's going to ask for more money. So check this out. Who gets paid more, Republicans or Democrats? More likely Republicans. So they're asking for a Republican president because now the feds, since they haven't hiked rates, they're sustaining the economy with their money overseeing the health. So the feds are overseeing the health. Right now, the feds ain't worried about us because they looking at the younger kids and they looking at the people who are healthy in the Olympics. So then once they get the Olympics over with, they're going to start putting a lot of pressure on the younger kids, meaning, oh, yeah, you better go to school. You better learn because we trying to build an empire here. We trying to, be wealthy individuals. We're not just trying to be, we're already healthy. We're federal agents. We're government officials. We're representing the United States. We're healthy already. But these people that are beneath us, that's how they look at it sometimes. The ones who are trying to accrue wealth, they are accruing wealth because they're making $20 more than the average federal agent. If you look at, I looked at some stuff, it's private, but I look at state police income and stuff with my family and stuff, trying to find out who's making what. And I come to find out that some of people make less money than I do. And I've been working my job for about a good 13 years, but all I do is pick up about 1,000 boxes a day. So I guess that's working itself. And there'll be no playing around in UPS, you know what I'm saying? So what I mean is, basically by the time you look at it, and I mean, these are trucks. I load the feeder trucks, the ones that's like 53 feet. You put a box in the ground, one box, and fill it up 53 feet front to back. 1 or 2 trucks in a night within a 4-hour period. That's the kind of work I do. So, I mean, you look at it, that money is the form of saying, hey, what are you going to do? When you see that money being paid too much, they evaluate it as a federal cost. It's like saying, hey, this money's coming out. So they might try to either raise taxes or raise the interest rates. They raise the interest rates, more people put money in the bank. So then they'll make up for that money. As long as you can put $20 a week in your 401k, you're covering the health difference of the average pay versus the 401k. So basically, if you're making over $865, you might as well put that extra money in 401k. That's the only way you're going to keep all them people off you, whoever's bothering you or whatever you think is bothering you. So long story short, that's it. And I mean, for those who are rich and wealthy, I know you can't put all your money somewhere, but don't put it where you don't feel comfortable. Remember, some banks aren't insured. That's a risk disclosure for you. Because you think about it, they always want you to say, hey, what's risk disclosure? He didn't have risk disclosure when he gave his investment advice. This is an investment advice. But if you want to put your money in a bank, I thought they invested. So what advice are you telling me? You don't have insurance? Well, I thought if I didn't have insurance, what I had to pay? A motorist fee? Well, you might as well pay me a fee for telling people what banks don't have insurance, because I could easily do that. But then that's when you get involved with the bankers, and they're like, hey, we could put some money on his head. But then the energy is over top, like, hey, this is a female. This is the only son. He was in the military. Y'all ain't doing nothing to him. We have his back. We're talking stand up for him and stuff. And then that's when they said, well, what does this kid do? How does he have so much political backing? They said he's a material handler. Oh, he finished the whole thing off saying, materials are the number one product in the sectors of the United States. So if you're dealing with daggone materials, hey, it's 0.97% positive. So out of all things you can have, you could be the healthiest person in the world. You can have the most wealth in the world, but you might not be able to do that stuff because you're physically incapable of doing it. Not saying it's a good thing to talk about that because that's not nice to say, but it's possible. I have my moments where I couldn't do it, and that's from anything that could bother me. I might have my days I'm sleepy a little bit. I don't feel like doing it, whatever. So those things make you think. See what I'm saying? So keep it rolling. Y'all have a blessed one. If y'all want anything else to find out, y'all can talk about it to me on whichever site I post this on. Might be YouTube. But it looked like they was messing with my information earlier because they uploaded. Look, applications updated. These things don't even update. This is the first time I've ever seen this update while I'm doing this. So, World Facts. I guess I was spending enough World Facts in them to update. Said, man, we had to step it up. YouTube, like, yeah, this dude know what he talking about. And S Health, I was just talking about health. So then they even had to update my apps. That's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy.